Welcome to Meet the Hawks. The first DC Hawks member you are getting a chance to meet is none other than the owner of the DC Hawks, Mr. Rajit Passi. Welcome to our show, and how are you today?
Good, Roshni. I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, and obviously, with all these weekends of cricket, I think it's just been, fantastic and really enjoyable. But before we get into the DC Hawks side, I kind of want to go back to your childhood days and, kind of talk about where that cricket passion started. I know for people growing up, especially in the Asian subcontinent, I think cricket is pretty much instilled. But if we kind of go back into the childhood days, as a child, was becoming a cricketer maybe one of your goals, like most of the guys, at that age?
Yes, it was. As long as I can remember, my dad used to listen to the commentary on the transistors or the radios at that time, and I used to listen with him. This is way back in early 70s. I know I'm that old, but so I remember the first series, 72, 73, Tony Lewis, the captain, India versus England. And I think in 74, I still remember India got shot out for the lowest, their lowest total for 42. But that's where the passion started playing street cricket with my childhood friends. And then started to play, and I really got serious about cricket. My parents switched schools for me. Where one of the schools had a good cricket team. Started playing as early as my fifth grade. Made it to my school um, team in probably the seventh or the eighth grade, and I played continuously for 5, 6 years. Captained my school team for the last 2 years. And one thing of note was, playing for school, we never lost a single game the number of years I was there. So we had this immaculate record. So then played for from school cricket, played for the district cricket, and then played onto the state level and the zone level. So I played under 15, under 19, under 22, and actually was a captain of the under 19 team and then under 15 teams also for my state. So that's where the cricket journey started. So always, I was primarily a bowler, right arm leg spinner, and then who could bat a little bit. And then over the years, my batting improved a little bit, and then I started playing middle order batting. So that's a little journey about cricket. And then coming to America, I have a law degree, practiced law for a year or two in India, come from a family of lawyers. Um, but then guess I was a black sheep in the family, wanted to do something different. Came to the US, did my MBA, and for a number of years lost touch with cricket. I came here in '92, so about from '92 to 2003, really didn't play much cricket. I was based in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. From started my company moving to Maryland in 2003, and that's where I found out that there was a proper cricket playing with the hard ball, and the passion was revived again, and been playing for Potomac since 2003.
So is
Great
is
journey.
sorry to bump
Sure.
in, but is that when the Potomac? So is that when that was formed?
Potomac actually has been around since
Okay,
1974, since the inception of the league. I think there
okay,
were used to be a couple of teams, Pakistan cricket team and Potomac.
yeah.
And then the league officially came into existence. That's Washington Cricket League in 1974. And more recreational cricket at that time for sure, with streaks of being getting a little more professional. But then until when I started playing, it was still recreational with a little bit competition.
Hmm.
And then the last decade or so, I've really seen the game become very competitive, and I've seen the likes of Chris Gale and some other internationals come and play in Washington Cricket League. So it has been, I enjoyed. I really when I was like a child when I got to start playing cricket again.
So
Great
is
journey.
sorry to bump
Sure.
in, but is that when the Potomac? So is that when that was formed?
Potomac actually has been around since
Okay,
1974, since the inception of the league. I think there
Okay.
were used to be a couple of teams, Pakistan cricket team and Potomac.
Yeah.
And then the league officially came into existence. That's Washington Cricket League in 1974. And more recreational cricket at that time for sure, with streaks of being getting a little more professional. But then until when I started playing, it was still recreational with a little bit competition.
Hmm.
And then the last decade or so, I have really seen the game become very competitive, and I've seen the likes of Chris Gale and some other internationals come and play in Washington Cricket League. Um, for over the years, did well for Potomac, had a good team. I took over in 2012, 13. Um, uh, Actually, not 13, but probably 14 or 15. But 2013 is we used to languish in Division Two. We weren't doing too great. That year, we won our first championship in Division Two. So we moved to Division One. That's when we decided to maybe, I by chance encounter with Ravi in the back home in India, and I'm from Patiala, and he is also from the same town. And I said, why don't you come and play some cricket for us in the US? So he was the first overseas guy who came and played for Potomac. And then Sunny Sohal, who our captain for DC Hawks, was already in the US. And Ravi introduced me to Sunny, and we really clicked. And then Sunny also decided to came and decided to play for us. So we won the Division One championship that year and moved to the Premier Division. And since then, it has been a great journey. A lot of cricketers from India have come and represented us, and we've been fortunate to win some championships. I think actually five in a row right now, three Premier 40 Division championships and two T20 in a row. So life has been good. Can't complain.
Yeah, no, obviously, I mean, we all know, how successful Potomac has been. But now, if we look at, going from this WCL franchise Potomac and now going into minor league, before we, talk about DC Hawks, what do you think has so far, what have you seen like the difference? I think obviously it's a bit different. There's travel involved, compared to having the Potomac team for, numerous years now. So what has the difference been so far you've noticed?
Um, just getting the team together, getting that cohesion in place, it takes some time. This is the first year. I know most of the guys. Most of them were handpicked because I've seen them in playing in Washington Cricket League for a while. And Atomic also, it wasn't in first year itself that we really started to gel. So it is about getting that confidence, have each other's back. So I think this team is very talented, DC Hawks team. And Potomac has been run, people all help out, but DC Hawks is a different experience with all the travel, you have to worry about the logistics. But the team is coming around, a couple of practices and, together, I think they understand the players are getting to buy in our theory. And I am pretty confident we will do well in this tournament.
Yeah, and now from a personal side, what made you want to have a minor league team? And was this something you ever imagined, before back in India or even coming to the States of like, owning a franchise team like that?
It actually it was again it I would say it fell into my lap. It wasn't planned. Sunny, I think Ace was setting up, and they reached out to Sunny and they said, in the DC area, who would you recommend as someone owning the team? And Sunny recommended my name, and then they also talked to Rusty Theron, who used to play for Potomac, and he moved to the Bay Area. And I think he also vouched for my ownership, and I was very fortunate. So they said, okay, it's done. So I really didn't go out and per se look for it. It just happened.
Okay.
And
And it's,
I'm
yeah, go
sorry. I
on.
mean, from my side, if it would have happened, if it didn't happen, it would have been still fine. I would have supported whoever would have been the local owner here. Um, I take one day at a time. Things happen great. If they don't, then also it is fine. So from my side, Like I said, sometimes there's nothing planned. It wasn't. I'm one of the least organized persons in this world, but things happen, and I just go with the flow. And I think this was one thing that was part of the flow. From my side, if it would have happened, if it didn't happen, it would have been still fine. I would have supported whoever would have been the local owner here. I take one day at a time. Things happen great. If they don't, then also it is fine. So from my side, like I said, sometimes there's nothing planned. It wasn't. I'm one of the least organized persons in this world, but things happen, and I just go with the flow. And I think this was one thing that was part of the flow.
Okay. Now, if you can give us an insight of how the players were selected, because I believe DC Hawks wasn't part of like that, when they had the draft. So I know you guys had your selection, and we know a lot of these players, are the top players that play, in that DMV area. But if you can just tell us, what was the background process of picking the players?
Like I mentioned, I have played with most of the people. I have seen them play firsthand. I had an idea. I might have not the best of memories, but especially, but only one thing is in the cricket field. If I see someone play, I would really remember them. Even if I played them 10 years back, I know how they play. So I have a little sense or a feel for the players. I think these guys, everyone has been a performer. And we did take a trial and all, but I'll be very honest. It was decided what the team is going to be. We knew who the opening batsmen were going to be or who the spinners were going to be. The only dilemma was we had four pros, and we Dane, and all of them are quality players. Unfortunately, we really could not get Bipul into the mix. Ravi and the Sarabjit Lada, who have played for me for so long, just champion players, and Dane Pete, who came from South Africa. So that was the toughest part. The local team was pretty much, we were able to show in the youngsters. We knew who the three under 21 kids were going to be, and we knew who the local stars were. So I think maybe a selection here or there, but for the most part, I think we probably got it right.
Yeah, but I think it's going to get tougher and tougher because I know even now, the competition in the cricket, even in the WCL areas, I think going that top notch because they know you're watching out as well for the players. But what expectations do you have for the team? I know it's more of like, we'll see how things go weekend by weekend, match by match. But are there any expectations you have for the team or anything you're looking forward to in this edition of the minor league?
Um, I think the aim always is to win it all. I would be like if I didn't say that, but yes, I mean that is the ultimate goal. But I have to be realistic also. First year, and like for other teams also, there are very strong teams out there. This particular weekend, we are playing the Philadelphians and the Somerset Cavaliers. Very good teams. I look at their lineups. Seems like they are loaded.
Mhm.
But I think the for us, it is getting better as a team every game. We are gelling well. Great camaraderie. We first trip to Florida last weekend. It was fantastic. Just great bunch of guys. We want still. I mean, it is competitive, but we still want them to enjoy cricket. This is their passion growing up, and they've been playing in the local leagues. So my expectations or the team's expectations are that we enjoy the journey, we enjoy the ride, and let the chips fall wherever they might.
Yeah. And how do you motivate, the players on the team? Because obviously there is like that slight, competition with them themselves, but obviously as a team, we don't see it that way. And, personally, I've seen, how the players see each other and treat each other as family, but I would like to hear from you, how you keep that environment going. Especially because this is kind of like a long tournament. We haven't seen anything this long, where they're traveling every weekend like this for like a month and a half, basically. So obviously getting that, having the team gel, having the team bond becomes so important.
Yep. I think from our side, Mustafa Shirazi, who helps me out, and then we have a great bunch of local people, who are ardent fans of BC Hawks, Sridhar Banala and Amar. There's a lot of people who behind the scenes are helping out. But I think the key is for us being very candid, being honest. I am not an aggressive personality by trade. I don't have those traits, but I will still politely let them know. If someone played a bad shot, I wouldn't probably won't tell them directly, but I would in ways I would convey to them that that is not expected from them. But we like to encourage people. There are a lot of youngsters. Most of the kids are probably my kids' age. So although I feel young, still I still play cricket, but at the same time, realistically, I am getting up there. So encourage them, let them perform their best. It's okay to make mistakes as long as they learn. We say, everyone is allowed to make mistakes as long as they don't keep repeating the same mistakes. So I think with the senior guys in the team, Dane, Sunny, Ravi Inder, Sarabjit Lada, Adil Bhatti, all of them are very encouraging. They have tons of cricketing experience, and we want to encourage people. We want to motivate people. Like I said, we want to have fun, and I'm pretty sure once kids start playing freely without any undue burdens, they don't put too much burden on themselves. I think we will perform well.
Absolutely. So I just have a few questions at the end. So the first question is, who was your childhood cricket hero?
I think there were a couple of them, but I think it used to be Sunil Gavaskar. I really used to adore his batting. But then along came Kapil Dev. He was just I would just dream about and I have met him a couple of times. I have a couple of good friends through whom I met Kapil Dev. So he definitely was my cricketing hero.
Okay. And favorite movie?
Favorite movie? Uh, Two of them. I think one is Three Idiots. I love that movie. I can watch it anytime.
Yeah.
And the Shawshank Redemption. I love that movie. So
Okay.
those are the two of my favorite movies all time.
And favorite food?
Favorite food has changed over the years, but growing up, it used to be Rajma Chawal. Growing up in the north, it used to be the Indian dish North Rajma Chawal and Kadi Chawal. I still crave for that. But now I think I've probably it's more a little more Italian that the
Okay.
kind of I like.
Okay. And favorite current cricketer? So a current player you love to watch.
I love Virat Kohli. I mean, he is sometimes even it's weird that I have even dreamt of him a couple of times meeting him, but I have never met him in person. So Virat definitely is one of my favorite cricketers.
Yeah, no, I've probably had many dreams like that as well. And then a favorite memory, like whether it's, playing a match or watching a match, any personal favorite or just international favorite.
um, lots of cricketing memories, but one stands out. I playing for under 19 for my state against Haryana in the finals. I took 6 wickets in the first innings. I was they had wasn't I was under bowled in that game, and the captain gave me the ball to just please me. He threw the ball at me, and I kept taking wickets. And in the next 5 overs, I took 6 wickets. So that still stands out. I still remember we won the finals. So that's one of the cricketing memories that always stays with me.
Yeah, that's amazing. But thank you so much, Ajit, for, sharing this time and I think letting the audience get to know more about you and the DC Hawks.
Thank you, Roshni. Appreciate it.
Thank you.